So next is interfacing of ADC with the 8051 microcontroller. So how we should interface the ADC with 8051 microcontroller. So ADC 0809 you are interfacing. So normally what happens, this is a unlock signal. This is giving to the sample and hold circuit. So unlock signal, both time and continuous amplitude are continuous in nature. So what this will do, this will convert uh, the continuous time into some discretized. That means we can find uh, at particular instant we can find the value. So that means it will convert a infinite value to the finite value, and it will hold that value. So that means it will sample that continuous signal and it will hold that value. So you will get a discrete signal, and that is given to the quantization. So quantization, so amplitude is also here in output of sample and whole circuit is time is discretized, but amplitude is continuous. In quantization, both are discretized. That means both time and amplitude is discrete, and this is given to the encoding. So if you consider 0 to 1 volt, so this is a waveform. So when it is giving to sample and whole circuit, it will convert continuous signal to the discrete signal, and that is given to the quantization. So that will convert given signals to some levels. So these are the steps. We can call this as the steps. So suppose if you consider an n-bit ADC, so analog voltage is encoded into n bits. In case n equal to 3, the quantization levels are how much? 2 cube. So quantization levels are 8. So see here. So total quantization levels are 8. And next you have the step size. So step size gives the maximum value, positive maximum value minus positive minimum Vmax minus V minimum divided by 2 power n. So here what is the maximum value? 1 minus minimum value is 0. 1 minus 0 by 2 cube means you are getting the step size is 0.125. So step size is nothing but smallest change that can recognized by the ADC. So that means here if you are when there is change in voltage from 0 to 0.25, ADC is recognizing this voltage, and there is change in digital value. So it is changing the digital value from 000 to 001. The smallest change that can be recognized by the ADC is nothing but step size. So if you observe all these voltage levels, so the difference is how much? 0.125. That gives the step size. Suppose if you are considering 8-bit ADC, reference voltage is 2.56 and reference negative is 0 volts. So if you want to find the step size, you are getting 10 millivolts is the step size. So 0 to 10 millivolts, there will be change in the digital value. And coming to this is the interfacing of ADC. So 8 analog inputs are there, 8 digital outputs are there, and this is end of conversion, and this is output enable, and 2 reference voltages are there, reference plus and reference minus, and this is start of conversion, and address latch enable, and this is ABC. These are the 3-pin address lines. We call this a 3-pin address line. So here you can connect this analog pin to any of the. So this is the analog input for the ADC. So analog, you have total 8 analog channels. So this can be connected to any of the analog channel. Here it is connected to analog 1 pin. So this is connected to variable resistor or LM335 or LDR. LM35 is nothing but temperature sensor. So if you consider this temperature sensor, every 1 degree, that means the output voltage of temperature sensor will vary according to the change in input temperature. So that means suppose if your input temperature is 1 degree Celsius, output voltage will change with 10 milliamps. So for every change in 1 degree Celsius, the output voltage is 10 millivolts. Okay. So that means you can connect this one with any of the sensor like that. So Here if you see, so how this channel is selected means depending on this address line. So when these address lines are 001, this channel is selected. When 0010 is there, channel 2 is selected. When 1111 is there, so depending on these address lines, this channel will be selected. So here when these lines are 001, this line will be selected, but these lines will be not latched into the ADC. When they will be latched into the LCD means ADC means when ALE pin becomes going from high to low, then only these lines will be latched into ADC. So that means these pins will be connected. These pin will be connected to the ADC. So when ALE pin initially it is 0, when ALE pin is going from 0 to 1, then only these address lines will be latched into the ADC. Next, you have to start the conversion. ADC starts the conversion. For starting the conversion, this pin is there. Start of conversion is going from 0 to 1. So when it is going to 0 to 1, ADC starts converting this analog pin to the digital. So during start of conversion, when it is going from 0 to 1, so AL is initially high. This will go from high to low. So this will go from high to low. After that, after conversion is completed, start of conversion will come from high to low. So says that conversion is completed. So when it will go from high to low, end of conversion is initially high. That will go from high to low. So this will be low for some point of time. So that gives that end of conversion. So when end of conversion, mm, so so when that means here, if you say the data is converted, that means here IN1 analog input, whatever the analog input data is there, that will be converted into digital, but that will be not read by the microcontroller. So when it will be read by the microcontroller means when this OE is there, no, output enable goes from low to high, then only this data will come, this data can be read by the microcontroller. So when output enable or read pin, this pin is going from low to high, then only whatever the converted digital data that will be coming, that will be read by the microcontroller. So after that, OE pin is there, no, OE pin going from high to low. So this is the process to convert the analog input to the digital output. So analog input is coming to the ADC, analog to digital. So whatever this related digital output is there, that will be read by the microcontroller. So coming to the programming, you are initializing three addresses A, B, C. So address A, address B, address C. You are initializing to port 3.0 to 3.2. ALE, this is equal to is nothing but this is a assembler directive. ALE you are initializing to port 3.3. Start of conversion you are initialized to port 3.4. OE output enable, OE is connected to port 3.5. End of conversion you are connecting to port 3.6. ADC data is there, output data is there, no, that is connected to port 2. You want to see the converted digital data in LEDs. So how we can say the converted digital data? So you are connecting some 8 LEDs. So particular LED is on means you can convert that 8 LEDs into binary format so that you can find out a particular digital value. So that's why you are connecting LED output to port 1. So here, if you observe this one, ADC does not consist of a clock. So this microcontroller, so you have to give a clock from external circuitry. So here you are giving a clock from port 3.7. See here, port 3.7 is connected to this clock. So from port 3.7, it is generating the clock. The microcontroller is generating the clock and it is given to the ADC. So for generating the clock, you are using timer 0 for generating the clock. So for every time you are generating the clock means you have to use this timer 0. So this you are using by using interrupt concept. So this is ORG00 LJMP main ORG00BH. As I told you, uh, each and you have total 5 interrupts. Each and every interrupt have a specific vectored address. So suppose if you are using some timer 0 interrupt, so this is the vectored address. 000B is the vectored address. So org 000B is nothing but the vector address. Every time it is coming from the main program to this subroutine, this will be complemented. So complement port 3.7. So that like this 101010 port 3.7 is connected to clock, no? So that you are generating the clock. So every time timer is running, when timer is overflowed, you are clearing the timer overflow flag bit and returning interrupt, I mean returning to the main program. Like that you are generating the clock by using timer 0 interrupt. So coming to the programming, so if you see org 0030, this is the address, and you are generating, you are using timer 0 in auto reload mode. So 8-bit auto reload mode, that is 02, and you have to generate the auto reload mode. That is, you have to find out the th0 value, that is FBH. This is auto reload value. So how you are getting this auto reload value, I will tell you. So if you see the data sheet of ADC 0809, the clock frequency is ranging from 10 to minimum clock frequency 10 kilohertz to 1280 kilohertz. So here you are taking 8-bit auto reload mode. So square wave generation, you are taking 10 kilohertz means if you are converting into time period, you are getting 10 microseconds. This is for whole period. So I want to calculate the delay for half period. So 10 microseconds divided by 2 means you are getting 5 microseconds. So you have to find the timer TH0 value. So this is the formula 256 minus timer generated delay divided by 1.085 microseconds. 256 minus 5 microseconds divided by 1.085 microseconds, you are getting 251 decimal. If you are converting into hexadecimal, you are getting FBH. This FBH you are loading into TH0. You got this FBH, no? So this is the timer value, TH0 value. This value you are loading into what? TH0. So next what you should do? You should enable for interrupt generation. You should enable the interrupt enable register. So this is initially 7th bit is 1 for enabling the interrupt, and for enabling the timer 0 overflow interrupt, second bit should be 1. So that means our IE bit will be 10000010. So this will be 82H, and you have to start the timer, and you are initializing port 2. So you are getting the digital data at port 2. So that's why uh, sorry, you are getting the digital data at port 1, no? So you are getting the digital data at port 1. So you are initializing port 1 as output port and port 2 as input port. So from the port 2, see here. So if you see this one, these are connected to port 2. These are connecting, that means whatever the digital data is there, that is coming as a input to the port 2. So you have to initialize port 2 as input port, and port 1 is nothing but LED output. So port 2 is nothing but digital data, it is coming to the microcontroller. You have to initialize port 2 as input port, and port 1 is nothing but LED outputs. You have to initialize as output port. Port 3 except port 3.6 initializing remaining all ports as output port. Why? Because if you see the block diagram, except port 3.6, port 3.6 is nothing but this is end of conversion is coming from the ADC to the microcontroller. So this is input. Remaining, if you observe port 3.3, this is output, and port 3.0, this is output, 3.1, 3.2, 3.7. So except port 3.6, remaining all are what? Output ports. So that's why, so port 3.6 means 0100. So 01000000. So that means here, except port 3.6, remaining all the ports of port 3 you are initializing to what? Output port. So next, what you should do? Should select this pin. For this pin, this address line should be 000001. So set B address A, clear address A, clear address C. So that means this is 00 1. So 001. So this should be 001. So next what you should do, see here. Next what you should do, this address should be latched by the ADC. So when it will be latched by the ADC, when ALE becomes 0 to 1. So that means set B ALE. So to latch the address trigger, you are setting ALE. And next to start the conversion, set B start. So set B start means it starts conversion. So to start the conversion trigger, you should make set B start. After start of conversion, you should make this ALE pin to 0. No? So now you are clear ALE. So to latch address stop, you are clearing ALE. And next clear start of conversion. After that start of conversion is completed, you have to clear the start of conversion. And next, for checking the end of conversion, so initially end of conversion will be high. So jump if bit end of conversion, you are checking here. Jump if not equal to bit, so that means when jump if not equal to bit, here one means you are checking for end of conversion. So this delay is nothing but jump if not equal to bit, you are checking for this end of conversion. After end of conversion becomes from 0 to high, so you have to so whatever the converted data is there, that should be read by the microcontroller. So when it will be read by the microcontroller, one OE pin becomes 1, then only microcontroller reads the converted data, converted digital data. So here set for setting the output enable, set B OE pin. So you are setting OE pin, and whatever the digital data is converted, that you are moving into LED out. After moving into that means this is read by the microcontroller, and after that clearing OE pin, you should clear the OE pin and it's jump back. So this is how you can convert the given data, digital data to unlock data to digital data. So this is the C program. You are initializing 3 address to port 3.0 to 3.2, S bit, ALE to port 3.3, start bit to port 3.4, OE pin to port 3.5, end of conversion to port 3.6, clock to port 3.7, and as defined ADC data to port 2. Whatever the converted data, digital data is there, you are initializing to port 2. And port 1, this is LED output. To generate the square wave of 100 kilohertz, you have to initialize a function void timer 0. You are using timer 0. No? So timer 0, and you have to specify the interrupt number here. For timer 0, what is the interrupt number? 1 is there. So that you have to specify interrupt 1, and clock equal to not of clock. Every time timer is running, when timer is overflowed, you have to clear the timer overflow flag bit. So timer overflow flag bit 1 means timer is overflow. So you have to clear the timer overflow flag bit by using TF0 equal to 0. Same thing. You are initializing timer 0 with auto reload mode, and TH0 with a FAH auto reload value. And this is enable timer 0 overflow interrupt IE, and you are starting the timer. Port 2 you are initializing as input port, port 1 as output port, port 3 as setting all pins of port 3 as output except port 3.1, 3.6. Why? Because that is the end of conversion coming from the ADC to the microcontroller. And you are selecting the address A, address B, address C to 001. For latching this address to the ADC, you are setting AL equal to what? 1. And your start of conversion, you are making start of conversion to 1. After start of conversion, you are making as 1, you are making AL equal to 0. And after that start of conversion, you are making this one as 0. And checking for the end of conversion. Initially, while end of conversion is 1, and this one, and while end of conversion is 0, so you are making whatever the converted data is there, that should be read by the microcontroller. When it will be read by the microcontroller? When OE equal to 1, then only the converted digital data will be read by the microcontroller. So when OE equal to 1, so then the digital data will be read by the microcontroller. And ADC data, whatever the converted data is there, you are initialized to LED output. Show the result on LED outs. After that, you are making OE equal to 1. So this is how we can write the program. I will show you the Proteus ProChoose software. In ProChoose, how we can do this one? Mm, So if you see, one second. So if you see the ProChoose software, uh, see this one, 8089C51 is connected, and this is the ADC 0809, and you are connecting a temperature sensor to the IN1 pin, and V reference plus is connected to VCC, and V reference minus is connected to ground, and one battery is connected, and these are the we call this as the voltmeters. So this is temperature sensor. So if you see the temperature sensor, the output will vary according to the change in the temperature. So the outputs are connected to the LEDs. So whatever the digital data is there, that is connected to port 1.0, and the outputs are connected to the LCD. Whatever the converted data, digital data is there, that will be displayed on the LEDs. So if you see the LM34 or LM35, this is the temperature sensor. You have three pins, VCC, output, and ground. So for every 1 degree Celsius change in temperature, you are getting the output voltage as 10 millivolts. So change in 10 millivolts means, suppose you are getting 2 degrees Celsius in the temperature sensor, you are getting 20 millivolts. Suppose 10 degrees Celsius means 100 millivolts you are getting. So that means output voltage will vary according to the change in the temperature. So change in the degrees temperature. So here if you observe, suppose 1 means 10 millivolts. So 1 means what? You are getting 10 millivolts temperature here, sorry, voltage. So 1 degree Celsius, 10 millivolts. So 10 millivolts means, so you are getting digital data, 7 zeros and 1 you are getting. So 001, no? So if you are pressing like 4 volts, so 40 millivolts you are getting. So you should get the data, 4 zeros, 010 should get here. This stability will be here. 0100. So 4 represents that 0100. So that means depending on the 4, you are getting 40 millivolts, and you are getting 0100. So here from the RD bar, you are conducting, you are giving the clock. See here, clock signal is generated. Like that, you can observe the waveform. mm, the ProChoose software. Okay.